X 1307 back again. We're looking about 2 weeks after SC Comic Con. Finally got up enough money to go back to the flea market. Actually had a great time. Took a buddy of mine I work with. He actually lives up the street from me. Hi there. And we went to the flea market. He took Saturday off from work just to go. I was happy to take him. Let somebody else join in on some of the cheap flea market books. We had a good time. Picked up a good bit of stuff. I know he spent about 50 bucks. A lot of quarter books, being 5 for $1. I actually picked up a bunch of quarter books as well. We walked around some other parts of the flea market also. Picked up some dollar DVDs, and it was a good time. It was nice outside. It was a little cool, but not too bad. Weather was pretty clear. There was a lot of people out this past Saturday, so we had a lot of fun. And like my background, that's freaking awesome. Oh man. Anyway, like I said, it was good time taking a buddy up there. And like I say, anybody, if you're coming down to Georgia or for any reason, or coming through Georgia on the weekend, hit me up. I'd be glad to take you to the flea market and show you around. I'm a flea market guy, and I'm not stingy. I don't mind sharing the books at the flea market. It keeps my guy in business, and he could definitely use extra money like everybody else. So have a good time. Alright, first I'm going to show some DVDs. I was walking around outside. This guy had a table with a couple hundred DVDs out. Most of them were $1 a piece. So picked up 3 pretty good movies. First, I grabbed classic Monty Python's Life of Brian. Hadn't seen this in a while. Started watching it the other night, but it was kind of late, so I had to stop it to go to bed. But definitely going to finish watching this soon. This movie is freaking hilarious, like all Monty Python. Now I just have to get Meaning of Life and Holy Grail on DVD. I have Holy Grail on VHS, but need to get a copy of that on DVD. And you can see, and these discs are flawless. Really, really good shape. Very, very happy to pick that up. Next, I grabbed Mallrats, the collector's edition. Of course, Kevin Smith. These movies are hilarious and really cool. The Jay and Silent Bob series, I like them all. The Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back movie isn't as good as the others, but this one's really cool. It's got Stan Lee in it, and if you've never seen Mallrats for some reason, then you can pick it up, $1 at flea market or something like that. Grab it, take it home, and laugh your ass off. And then, of course, he had Clerks on DVD for $1, and there was no way I could pass that up. This is the movie that started Kevin Smith, his career in Hollywood. I believe he sold his entire comic book collection and made this movie, maxed out all his credit cards, made this movie for like $27,000, and ended up making him a millionaire. So it's funny. It's in black and white, but this movie is hilarious. It's just kind of like a day in the life of a clerk at a convenience store. So I definitely recommend picking that up. And like I said, you'll definitely laugh. You'll be rolling in the floor. So I was happy to grab those 3. And then outside there was a guy. He was selling a bunch of odds and ends, and he had a short box full of books. Most of them were in pretty crappy shape, actually. But I flipped through, managed to find a few things. I picked up the Labyrinth movie adaptation, 3-issue miniseries for my girlfriend. They were in about VG shape, but those are extremely hard to find. He was asking $1 for the books. I offered him 50 cents a piece and he took it, so for $3 I got 6 books. I gave her those 3. I have 3 here for myself. First, I saw this Weird War Tales from DC. This is number 93. As it says, introducing World War II's weirdest warriors, Creature Commandos. And actually happens to be the first appearance and origin of the Creature Commandos, which is very cool. Books, you know, it's only in VG shape, but definitely worth 50 cents. A great Joe Kubert cover there, and I said couldn't pass that up. Also grabbed this Gold Key Twilight Zone. I don't know what issue this is. Number 64 from 1975. It's really cool. Big fan of the Twilight Zone TV show. It's books in, well, as you can see, it's in VG shape. It's got this long crease here, but other than that, it's not bad. Pages are kind of off-white to cream, but no big tears or anything missing. Staple's still attached. I think it was worth 50 cents. Would have rather found it in the quarter bins, but hey. And he also had some Elric books. Most of them I had, but I did not have this issue, number 3 of Weird of the White Wolf from First Comics. And this book was in pretty good shape. He had 2 copies. Of course, I grabbed the better copy. This is probably in VG Plus, fine minus. No major creasing, a few spine ticks, and that's about it. I was happy to pick those up. And oh, it's great P. Craig Russell cover there. That's Michael T. Gilbert art on the inside. Very, very cool. And this character is really neat, really different. So these series are pretty good. Written by Roy Thomas. So okay, now on to these are the books I picked up from the normal vendor. He had a good bit of new stuff over the past couple of weeks. We'll start off with the quarter books. Like always, they're 5 for $1. So I grabbed Ren and Stippy Show number 1. It's still in the original poly bag, but it has been opened. But it does have the sticker, scratch and sniff sticker, still inside. So figured I'd go ahead and grab that. Loved that show as a teenager. Used to watch it. I was kind of sad when they canceled it, took it off. Very different than anything else. I think it was on Nickelodeon. It was a little more adult humor than any other show that they had, and it just does not want to stand up. And then come across a few of these other Marvel books. I grabbed a Avengers 263. This is where they find Jean Grey in Cocoon under the sea, and it's first appearance of X Factor. Started that whole series off after that, and it's in pretty good shape, so definitely couldn't pass that up for 20 cents. And then the guy had a nice run of Marvel Comics Presents. A lot of them I already had, but anytime I don't believe I had any of these issues. And anytime I see any of the issues from the Weapon X storyline, I try to pick them up, and these are in really, really nice shape. Probably VF to near mint. No damage really at all that I can see. Edges and corners are still sharp. So I grabbed this issue number 73. Barry Windsor Smith art is awesome. I got issue 75. More Barry Windsor Smith. Those are the only 2 of the Weapon X storyline he had. but I grabbed 85, and some great Sam Keith artwork there. Love his stuff. Used to read the Max when it came out from Image. And issue 87, some more Sam Keith art. And this is before they started the flip books, so. But yeah, Sam Keith did an amazing job on Wolverine, and definitely couldn't pass those up. So getting closer to finishing my run of Marvel Comics Presents, actually. And the next time I go, hopefully we'll have some more of those. And that was all the Marvel books I found in the quarter boxes. No DC books. I did pick up a good stack of indie titles. We got this Monster Massacre from Black Ball. This is Simon Bisley art. It's not his usual painted style, but still pretty cool. I remember, I think Wizard back in the 90s gave away a card with this weird looking monster ape character, and never seen the comic before, so I'm going to pick it up and see what it's like. They also had this. It's a thicker book. This is like a small trade. Really awesome Simon Bisley cover. It's also a Monster Massacre, but this is from Atomica. It was originally $7.95. I grabbed it for 20 cents. It's from 1992. It also contains art and stories by Doug Braithwaite, Dave Elliott, Dave Gibbons, James O'Barr, Kevin O'Neill. I'm going to show you. This is kind of a prestige format, I guess you call it. There's some James O'Barr artwork on a monster. It's called a Reptile House. It's really, really cool. Like I said, it's got stories in here by several different creators. Looks to be pretty cool sci-fi monster stuff. So a thick book like that for 20 cents. Definitely had to grab that. Great Simon Bisley cover. So, and then my mom back in the 90s actually picked a lot of these up, and I have them now. But they're from Topps Comics. It's stories adapted from Ray Bradbury Tales. This is Martian Chronicles. This is a one-shot. This pretty cool Jim Steranko cover. If you can see. So it's worth picking up just for that. But it's also got art by Michael Kaluta and Howard Simpson. It's really cool. And it's good Ray Bradbury stuff. So really liked his science fiction novels. I grabbed this. I believe I already have a copy of this, but you know, it's Neil Adams cover. This is from PC Comics. This is Miss Mystic #1. It's before he started Continuity Comics, and this is in pretty good shape actually. I was surprised it not to be bagged and boarded. I know the story is written by Neil Adams, and some of the penciling is Neil Adams, some of the penciling is from his studio guys, but it's really cool. It's a neat character. Figured you know, even if I have it, it's a double, no big deal, 20 cents. And then I picked this up. I actually had not seen this before. It's another series that was started by Topps back in the early 90s. They did a whole Kirby-verse line, Secret City Saga, things like that. And they had restarted a book. I believe there's an ad on the back of this that he had done for PC called Silver Star. And it's a really cool, really weird little series that he did. And I believe they started what was supposed to be like a 4-issue miniseries. They also did Captain Victory, and I think only one issue came out. But I saw this, Silver Star #1 from Topps, and went ahead and picked it up. like I said, I think that's the only issue they actually ended up doing. But man, it's a story by Kurt Busiek, arts by James Fry, ink by Terry Austin, based on a Kirby creation. Can't go wrong there. Now, these next two books, heard a lot of people talk about this character, and there are several different number ones, I believe, that were put out, a couple of different companies, but I saw these and I figured I would pick them up and see what the hype is about. From Eclipse Comics, it's Reed Fleming, World's Toughest Milkman, number 1. Is the first printing, 1986. Really good shape. And they also had issue number 2, so I grabbed it as well. So looking forward to reading those and seeing, you know, what the hype is about Reed Fleming, World's Toughest Milkman. And then some books that I knew were at the flea market. I had looked a couple of times and, you know, just didn't take the time to go through all his boxes. I know I'd seen him in there before, but you know, having a buddy there, he had never been. I told him to take as long as he wanted. I really didn't have any other plans for Saturday. So as he was going through a lot of the boxes, I started to go through some more of the quarter boxes that I had been through before, and I found this fat stack of early Valiant issues. You know, with the hype going on, apparently they have signed to do some studio has signed on to do some movies based on Valiant characters. So I figured I'd go ahead and pick these up while they were still in there for 20 cents. I know a couple of these books are going from anywhere from like 10 to 30, 40 bucks. And I got them all for 20 cents a piece. And there's probably more. I just got to go through some more boxes next time. So I grabbed this Unity number 1. Barry Windsor Smith cover, I believe interior arts as well, and Bob Layton inks. It's pretty cool. I actually read this in trade. It's a pretty neat story, I think. But this is where Valiant kind of started to blow up in the 90s, and the Unity issues have a little higher print run than their early titles, and everything after that is just way overprinted. Then I grabbed Hardcore number 1. It's a Jim Lee and Bob Layton cover. Hardcore number 2. I actually have those already, but I figured what the hell. I always liked this cover. Exo Man of War number 10. I just like that, the hand coming up out of the ground like he's been buried. They had issue number 11. And number 13 also. So pick those up. Then I have issue number 1 of this series. But I went ahead and got Shadow Man number 2. Number 3. Number 6. And number 9. And these were you know, original Valiant characters, not the licensed characters like Solar and Magnus and Turok. So the Shadow Man is actually pretty neat. I really liked Exo Man of War, Rai, Shadow Man, and Turok when they were Valiant. So I was happy to pick those up. I wish he had some issues of Rai there, but I'm sure I can find them at some other time. Next, this series, the first few issues have been gaining a lot of heat on eBay, and I was happy to find these there. Eternal Warrior number 1, Frank Miller cover. Second copy of this that I have, but you know, for 20 cents. It's got, I don't know if you can see it on the video, the only thing wrong with it, it's got a few, like right here, a few little stain spots and a couple of spots here in the darker areas that you can't really see, but other than that, it's in really good shape. Pages are still nice and white, corners, edges are sharp. It's got one or two little tiny spine ticks, and that's about it. So still in pretty good shape. I also grabbed Eternal Warrior number 3, number 5, which is, I don't know, first or second full appearance of Bloodshot. Pretty cool. Issue number 6, Barry Windsor Smith cover, Master Dark. And number 7, just got this really cool blue tone Barry Windsor Smith cover. So yeah, it's a good little run of early Valiant issues there, all 20 cents a piece. So if you're thinking about jumping on that bandwagon, don't avoid the hype. Don't pay those outrageous prices that people are asking for on eBay. Go look around at your flea markets, dollar bins. You can still find these Valiant issues for really cheap, as you see. So then I picked up a little stack of the priced books. Most of these were like $2 to $4, with 25% off like usual. So I grabbed issue 225 of Amazing Spider-Man. This really cool red and yellow and blue cover with the Fool Killer. And I believe this is the issue where they reveal his identity. And this book is in excellent shape. I would say, good VF plus. No real damage to it at all. Pages are a little off-white to cream, but that's not really that big a deal. One little spine tick right here, and this little issue at the corner. It's a lot of these books printed, when they're printed, they have this little thing here, but other than that, it's in really great shape. And I got this because the character that appears in it, it's Giant Size Conan number 5, and it features Conan with Elric. And it reprints, I think, Conan 14, which is the first comic appearance of Elric, I believe. It's Barry Windsor Smith art inside. Really, really cool. This looks like, this almost looks like a Jack Kirby cover. I could be wrong, but this definitely looks like Kirby style. Squared fingertips. The faces here, that looks like a Jack Kirby face and jawline. So either way, I picked it up because it has Elric. It was like $4. It's in pretty good shape for one of these square bound books. As you can see, it's still nice and square and flat. Staples haven't punched through, but they do have the little mark. You can see where the staples are. It's a little off-white here, but no big deal for like $4. I pick these books up just about any time I find them, especially if they're in pretty good shape. And this is in, I don't know, I'd say it's in fine condition. Marvel Premiere number 13, Doctor Strange, and I believe that's Baron Mordo. It's Frank Brunner art, really, really good. Interior art. I like that cover also. Like I said, I'm trying to complete those Marvel premieres. So definitely had to pick that up. I think it was like $3. Alright, last Marvel book I got in the priced books. I was really, really surprised to see this in there. Werewolf by Night number 3. This was $3. Mike Plug art. Big condition problem with it is this little bit of spine roll you see here. It's not too bad. I consider that a minor spine roll, but no huge creases, tears, or anything. Pages are kind of cream, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape. This black background is still nice and dark. Colors are not faded on the front. They're very, very cool. So anytime I find any of those werewolf books there for a good price and they're in good condition, I try to pick them up. And then I picked up a handful of DC books, and some of these I was real excited to find. First I grabbed this mainly because it was like $2. But it's Aquaman 57. It's got Black Manta, which is one of my favorite DC villains. It's Jim Aparo art. Really love his art. He was kind of like the to me, he was like my classic Batman artist. The first Batman issues I read were from the 70s and 80s, and he had a long run on Batman, and I thought this was pretty cool. This is also like the issue or 2 issues after Black Manta killed Aquaman's son, which I thought was it's pretty hardcore for Bronze Age books. So pick that up. I was happy to find this. I think this one was $3. Secrets of Haunted House number 38. This really cool werewolf cover with Mr. E. Get it? Mystery. Ha ha ha. But it's in pretty good shape. VG plus probably. No huge creases. Does have a few spine ticks here, but other than that, it's not bad. Pages are kind of cream, slightly tan, but again, long as the art is still nice and visible and the script is still readable, I don't mind that at all. I grabbed a second copy of this. This is in it's not as in good a shape as the one I picked up before, but it's Neil Adams cover, Justice League of America number 138 with Adam Strange. Again, Neil Adams art, and you kind of get a bonus is Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Flash, and Wonder Woman all on the cover. It's got a little issue right here, and the back cover has got some creasing on it as well, a little discoloration, a couple of spine ticks, but overall not too bad. It was $2. $2 for Neil Adams cover. Grabbed this issue. I had picked up issue number 1 a while back. Found it there at the flea market for like $2. So I had to grab this really cool Joe Kubert cover, Rima the Jungle Girl. This is issue number 2. Like I said, already had issue number 1 that I picked up from there a few months ago, so I was happy to go ahead and pick that up to add to that run. Very nice. It's in pretty good shape. You can see the cover is still nice and bright, not faded. This black has not been damaged too bad. It's got, some medium spine wear, nothing real big, just a bunch of small little spine ticks, but it's Joe Kubert art. And the last books here, these are the ones I was really excited to find. I am slowly completing this series thanks to my guy at the flea market. For some reason he has been the past few months been getting a good number of these issues. So I grabbed Commandy number 6. This book's in pretty good shape. It's got this one little crease here and a little maybe 1/8 of an inch tear right here, where somebody is probably flipping through them when they weren't bagged. Other than that, it's in really good shape. Pages are off-white to cream. So now I have the first 6 issues of Commandy. But he also had issue number 12, and this book is in really sharp condition. There's no major creasing or anything like that. Still Jack Kirby art. Very, very nice to find. Also issue 13. It's in really, really good shape also. I think these were all $4 a piece. Like I said, 25% off, so makes them a little less than $4 each. It's in really good shape. This one is also in excellent shape, Commandy 14. I like this giant giant insect, and it's the grasshopper on the cover. It's really cool. I flipped through them, and I guess he's kind of using it in a race like a horse. Very, very cool. And finally, last issue I picked up, it's more Commandy. He had this nice little run there, and this is number 15, so went ahead and picked that up. And you see, in really good shape as well. It's got a few spine ticks on it, nothing too bad. No big creases, no tears or anything like that. All the pages in these are usually you know, off-white to slightly tan. It's not a big deal, like I said, as long as the art is still visible and the story is still legible. I'll show in the back cover here. It's just slightly off-white. You can see the interior. Still nice and readable. Great Jack Kirby art. And I can't believe they let him get away with, I mean, this woman, this girl here is basically topless through these 3 or 4 issues. She just has her hair kind of you know, it kind of comes down to cover her top here, but she's, you know, she's clearly got no shirt or anything on. I just thought that was it kind of surprised me that the Comics Code approved that, even though she is covered. She's not actually wearing clothes on the top. So but now that's Jack Kirby. I guess when the king is doing it, you just kind of let him get away with it. You know, no big deal today, but you know, back in the 70s, I figured that would have been an issue for them, but I'm glad it wasn't. So like I said, really happy to pick those up. Now I have Commandy, the first 6 issues of Commandy, and then a nice little run of 12 to 15. So slowly working on those. Hopefully he'll have some more in the next coming months. And that's it. That was Flea Market haul. Like I said, found some pretty good stuff. Really happy to find those Valiant issues for 20 cents a piece, and then the those Commandies. That's very, very cool. Anything Jack Kirby is nice to pick up, especially at a good price. But Commandy it's post-apocalyptic and it's Kirby, so it kind of brings 2 of my favorite things together. Very awesome. And we'll end with another shot of this fantastic stained glass Cyclops, created by Tim Morant. Freaking awesome. That thing is just beautiful. I still don't have a place to hang it on the wall, but I've been keeping it here on my desk, and I'll probably be using it as the background for a little while in my videos, so don't be surprised if you see it again. And thanks again for this, Tim. Freaking awesome. And thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. You can probably see me in the reflection there. So we'll say goodbye. I'm waving. And you guys take care. And until next time, like always, keep reading your books. Later, y'all.